What's the one thing you can do to be a super ager in relation to what you eat? Let me share. We're going to dive in today about food and nutrition. Now, food is, we are what we eat. We've got to be realistic. We are what we eat. And when we look at Dr. Eric Topol's book, The Super Agers, do you know what? It's thinking. It's all about your thought. We are so ingrained in eating in a way that we love, feels that it sustains us. We justify to ourselves that, oh, I like this food, I can't get rid of it, I enjoy it, so I'm going to eat more of it. Does it mean to say it's actually good for you? We know that there's a difference between carbs, good carbs, bad carbs. We know that pastries and baked goods are not good to have. We know that we should be having more protein, meat, chicken, fish, plant-based tofu, tempeh, that type of thing. We know that we should be drinking more water. We know that we should be having more vegetables, fruit and vegetables. So why aren't you? What's the reason? Because our thought processes overrides our actions, and we just do it without even realizing it. And we have that sugar treat late at night or throughout the day. So yes, we can do better with our food, even me. So Dr. Eric Topol actually breaks down the protein, the carbs, the fibre, the Mediterranean diet, and ultra high processed foods. So if you are in a place or a position where you're eating lots of ultra high processed foods, that's basically stuff that comes in a packet, then that's probably not good for you. And if you really are on this wellness journey with me, then you need to be focusing on how to eat better. And what I encourage you to do is start with a food diary. Just write everything down for a week or a fortnight, and just even the liquids. So write everything down from morning to night, what you eat, and then just take a critical look at it and see what's the predominant thing that you seem to eat a lot of. The baked goods and the donuts and the carbs that are not good might be something that you might have to address. If you're eating lots of colourful food and lots of vegetables and maybe 2 cups of salad greens a day and a cup of vegetables and fruit, then you are well on the way of being healthy and improving your health span. If your protein source is predominantly red meat, then you may need to look at that and refine that and try and introduce other forms of protein throughout your day. Dr. Eric Topol does suggest that we spread our protein throughout the day, 20 to 30 grams per meal, because basically a 70 kg woman needs about 70 kgs of protein. And when you weigh the protein raw, if it's a meat, it actually shrinks. So you have to allow for that too. So, there's some give and take. I mean, there's plenty of protein sources like nuts and seeds and lentils and tempeh and tofu and fish and seafood and the white meats and the red meats. Another thing he does talk about is the processed meats. So really we shouldn't be having the salami and the bologna and the chorizo and all of that and the bacon because they aren't good for us. I mean, once in a blue moon is fine, but not every day. Definitely the water intake we need to improve, and definitely looking at just adopting a Mediterranean diet. It seems to be the best thing out. And that's been proven with a study of over 12 million people over 32 years. So that's a long time. And if we can just follow the Mediterranean diet, that's the great start to helping improve our longevity or our health span and our wellness journey. Portion size is another area that I want to look at. And I'm going to go and get a plate and draw on it and show you what I mean. So I've drawn on a plate, and basically this side here is not meat. It's not your protein. That is veggies, salad. Half of our plate should be veggies or salad. Then you've got your protein in 1/4 and your carbs, which is your grains, potatoes, on the other 1/4. So that's a super ager plate. Fill it with salad, vegetables. So think before we eat. So every time you have a bite of something, how about think first? Is this good for my body? Is this going to nourish my body? If it's not, maybe you need to think twice about what you're eating. And go and grab a glass of water first, drink that before you bite into that food. If it does nourish your body, then great. Keep on eating that thing. But don't pretend that it nourishes your body when it doesn't. Okay, so just sort of thinking about what you are eating before you put it in your mouth is a great start. So that's what I'm encouraging you to do, to think before you eat. If we look at an avocado, does it have a label on it to say full of sugar, full of fat, full of protein, full of carbs, full of all these other chemicals? No. But if we look at a packet of something, it says, it has the big long list of everything. If you can't read it because the writing's too small or the chemicals are all in there, it's probably not a good thing to eat. So think wholesome food, healthy type wholesome food that doesn't come in a packet is going to be better for you. Did you know that one handful of blueberries every day can improve our memory performance in older adults? Protein timing and stress becomes a big risk, and Dr. Topol emphasises that eating enough protein and spreading it throughout the day evenly helps preserve our muscles and stress. The third thing I want to talk about is gut health, which helps our brain. The microbiome has a direct effect on our mood, our immunity, and even how well we sleep. Fermented foods like kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, and even plain yogurt can help diversify our gut microbiome. A diverse microbiome is one of the predictors of healthy aging. So just as a recap, the big 3: eat plenty of colourful foods to help prevent inflammation, and also protein for strength, and include fermented foods for gut health. Another thing I'm going to touch on is sweeteners. Now, over the years and years, sweeteners have suddenly come into our diet. If we think back to our grandparents or great-grandparents, there wasn't a lot of sweeteners around. But now you look at all these different names of different things, and they are not good for us. Why do we have them? They've become an addiction. They become a profit making from the manufacturers. They want to preserve these ultra high processed foods by putting sweeteners in and making us want to eat it. So it becomes addictive. So we really need to look at our sugar intake or our sweeteners or our artificial sweeteners and try and dial it down. Try and remove them. Monk fruit is good. Stevia is good. Yacon syrup is good. Cacao fruit nectar is good. Erythritol, maybe. But anything else, we shouldn't be having. Honey is actually okay to a certain extent. So, look at the sweeteners that are in the products or in the food and see if you can dial it down. I mean, people switch out apple puree instead of sugar into baked goods. So that's fine. Using an apple puree can sweeten your cakes and your muffins and things like that. So just look at why you are having so much sweeteners in your food and see if you can try and dial that back. Might be a good thinking process to start. Is an amino acid called taurine, Taurine. Now taurine is good for healthy aging, anti-aging. It's been proven, and you can find taurine in shellfish, mussels, clams, dark meat for turkey and chicken. And the only plant-based food that has taurine in it is red algae. Also, brewer's yeast has taurine. So that's that nutritional yeast you can buy in a packet that's sort of very savoury. Another compound that's not an amino acid, but also good for us, for our brain health, is choline. And that may need to be supplemented when we get older. However, it can be found in chicken breasts, eggs, beef, milk, shiitake, mushrooms, cauliflower, broccoli, and fish. So that's choline. The other thing he suggests is alcohol. We need to reduce our alcohol. It should be light, as in no more than 2 a week, but then the Mediterranean diet suggests 7 a week, so that's 1 a day. So you can take that as you wish, but moderate to heavy drinking is a thumbs down. Fibre. We need fibre. We mustn't forget the fibre. So fibre helps to slow our digestion. It helps to lessen the glucose spikes, and it helps reduce cholesterol. So we need fibre in our diet every day. Where do we get fibre? Generally, it's from our fruit and vegetables. Maybe the beans and legumes as well. So think about fibre, adding more to your diet if you haven't got it, or not taking it often enough today. So I hope that inspires you as well about our diet and our food and nutrition.